what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey darling, love it when it's me and you, on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car.
Wow. Oh, going for the windswept look. And big red nose now. So cold. This is the little bag I got with some stuff I got from Tropic, and you know what? I was like, I haven't got lots of money and I don't really know what I need, so I tried this little sample set. In it you get a face wash, which isn't here because it's in the bathroom, a moisturiser, this face mist for the morning for toning, this elixir, and I'll tell you about these in a minute, and then the rainforest dew, and then you've got a bamboo face cloth, which you can tell I've not used because I've got so many face cloths. This I found very refreshing and very nice. I have noticed a difference in the toning of my skin. I can't say if it's just for this yet, so we'll find out. So I use the face wash obviously first, and then I put this on after I've dried my face a little bit. Next thing that goes on is this, so I put 3 drops on. This is 3 to 6, but I've gone for 3 because, you know, I'm trying to save a bit of money for the rainforest dew. The first time I started using this, I was like, 3 drops is not going to be enough. My skin is so dry, and this is one of the issues that I've had, which is why I went for this particular set, because it had 2 of the products in that I thought would help me with my skin. And I would definitely say, after a week of using this set, my hydration levels are much better, because now 3 drops goes a very long way. So I'm very impressed with that. The next thing I put on is the moisturiser, which I'm gonna have to say the same thing about. First time I used, did not go a long way. Oh, my skin was so dry. As you can tell, my hands are a bit dry because I've just been doing some cleaning, so yeah, look at that. Now my skin is getting a bit better with the hydration. This is going further, and actually, and I love the smell and everything. The face wash as well was really, really lovely. And then the last thing I put on after the moisturiser, which feels it feels weird. When I first did it, I was like, why am I putting on a liquid after a cream? It just felt very odd. But this was meant to be good for acne, scarring, which I have a lot of, and that little redness thing that I had on my face, which had already started disappearing before I used this. So I'm not going to say that this is purely down to the redness disappearing. I think that's due to lots of issues with stress and lots of other things going on in my body. But the acne scarring has definitely improved with this in the last week, because like I said, I get spots every single day.
I mean, at least when I'd seen her with clothes on, I can imagine that her body was like covered in boils or something.
Everywhere.
Well, we can't go back to San Francisco and all this thing down here.
I was gonna say a picture. Got my teas.
The brown looks nice.
I can see it in your eyes. I can feel it in your touch. I can hear it in your voice, though you haven't said that much. Through an empty bottle, I can see it all so clear. All these broken pieces will be scattered in the wind.
Did you get it?
With it, fought too long. Some people change.